Hi there. Welcome to Scrapbook with Bekah. My name is Bekah Whitt, and I've been scrapbooking now for between 10 and 11 years. As part of that, I've worked at 2 different scrapbooking stores, as well as taught classes. So join me as we go back to the basics. I know there are a lot of people out there that have never scrapbooked before. You go into a scrapbook store or just a store that sells scrapbooking supplies and get totally overwhelmed. You don't know where to start, you don't know what tools to buy, and you just can't find anybody to truly help you. That's why I'm here. Consider me your help. I'm here to just impart some knowledge about scrapbooking on you. Today we're just going to do a basic overview of scrapbooking. We'll discuss what it is, where it originated, as well as why we scrapbook, and some basic terminology. So let's get started. What is scrapbooking? Scrapbooking is the art of capturing and preserving your memories by way of photograph, newspaper article, recipe, or other various memorabilia. You might be surprised to know that scrapbooking dates back to the 15th century and became popular then in England. Back then, they were known as commonplace books, in which a person with the commonplace book would capture their essence. They captured their interests and hobbies, as well as poems and quotes that they enjoyed at the time, and notes from family and friends. So, a little bit different from the scrapbooking we do today, known as modern scrapbooking. So let's talk about modern scrapbooking. Scrapbooking today has actually passed golf in popularity. 1 in every 5 households has a member that golfs, whereas 1 in every 4 households has a member that scrapbooks. The scrapbooking industry has just become a booming industry in the last decade. Why do we scrapbook? Well, there's a lot of reasons why you might personally scrapbook. I've just come up with a basic list, and don't worry if yours is not on there. Just leave me a comment and let me know why you personally scrapbook or any other stories associated with it. The first reason I came up with is as a gift album. A lot of people do gift albums for friends and loved ones. Maybe there was somebody who just graduated high school or college, a new baby born, or a wedding gift. So that's just perfect. Another reason I came up with is to heal. There are a lot of people out there that have lost loved ones. And scrapbooking is a way to help in that healing process by looking at photographs and just remembering the good times. Another reason I came up with is as family history. If you ask a lot of older people what happened behind their pictures, they'll tell you they don't remember. They don't know. So we want to scrapbook to get all of that information out before we forget. Another reason we scrapbook is as a creative outlet, and this is the reason that I personally scrapbook. I love spreading out on the floor and just getting messy and just getting out all of my creative energy. So that's why I personally scrapbook. The last reason I came up with is just to make friends. Scrapbooking has just evolved so much, and there's so many people that scrapbook nowadays. There are classes and crops out there, and you can just build relationships and build friendships. So that's just the basic list that I've come up with. Be sure to leave me a comment and let me know why you scrapbook. So let's go over some of the basic terminology. Have you heard of the terms acid-free, lignin-free? I hope so. I hope those ring a bell because you'll hear them over and over again in scrapbooking. But what does this mean? Acid-free obviously means free of acid. But what does that mean for your photos? What does that mean for your papers? What does that mean for your pages? You want items to be acid-free because if you look at older photo albums, even from 20 years ago, where the pictures are stored, you'll see that they're discolored or faded. This is as a result of an acid known as polyvinyl chloride, known as PVC for short. And that's just what caused the discoloration and the fading. So we don't want that to happen to our pictures and our papers and any other products that we use because your paper may have acid in it. Okay, so acid-free makes sense. Lignin-free obviously means free of lignins. But what is lignin? Lignin is actually a chemical found in trees that causes disintegration. So obviously we don't want our papers or our photos disintegrating, so that's why we look for products that are both acid-free and lignin-free. But is that enough? Sometimes not. You also want to look for papers that are buffered. This just means that the paper has a quote-unquote buffer that if there's any chemical that tries to cause a chain reaction, that you won't end up with acid in your paper or your products anyways. So that's why we look for products that are acid-free, lignin-free, and buffered. Well, I guess that's all I have for you today. Join me next time as we discuss how to safely remove your photos from those old photo albums. We want to do that and not destroy our pictures in the process, but we don't want to leave them in there and cause further fading or discoloration. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe so that you know when my latest video comes out, as well as have a fantastic night.